So a little bit more about my cyberbullying journey, being stalked and harassed. Um, Contacted somebody from crisis support today that was given to me by an organization called Fair Entry in Calgary. And I'm going to play for the audio recording. I need help with this. Apparently, YouTubers are being blamed for doing this to me. They wanted to take me down. So, somebody mentally ill wanted me to lose my home. There was a Leo, I guess, apparently, under the zodiac sign of Leo, that wanted to take my house, kick me out of my home. They were successful. They also killed my mom, and also targeted my aunt. They're obviously financially not very successful, but I'm not backing down. So you can just get that out of your mind right now if anybody's watching or reading. I just have a strong caution for you. I'm telling everybody every detail. If you got family, you got kids, you got parents, you got seniors, you have a house, I'm coming for it. Yeah, accessory and accomplice, this could have been avoided a long time ago. They're blaming YouTubers. Well, YouTubers could have reported it to Calgary Police or Edmonton Police. I was living in Edmonton at the time. But I won't be backing down. And I'll be coming to your family and your parents for money, also making a spectacle of these people so that their parents are humiliated as well for not, and also charging them. That's my legal right. Because if they know that you're conducting yourself this way, they haven't turned you in, that means minors and the vulnerable are not, in your, not in your care. In your care is not a good idea. But I'll just play a little bit here. And then what happened with law enforcement.
Over at Fair Entry.
Yes.
And then I've been getting these emails. They're kind of confusing, to be honest. So maybe you.
I'm not sure what's confusing. It sounds like she was unprepared. So this woman was given to me by a different contact at Fair Entry. There's nothing confusing. The emails are evidence of people that are emailing me or not telling me who they are. Cost me a fortune. My kids could be 6 years of age. I'll be taking legal action for that. And then we have also got the fact that I lost my home, that they're eavesdropping in my house, illegally bugged my devices, and so on. Not allowed. Not putting up with that. I'm coming to their family for the money because these women that were targeting me over a gentleman for several years are not successful financially, not as well liked, not as stable, and I intend to prove that and point it out. Also, that's by doing a full investigation, but I also have some person that's bragging about what they did to my mom. And like her communication, my cousin said to me, I wonder how long they've been watching you. So he's lied to police. Somebody is connected to somebody that's abusing their authority, and I intend to expose this said individual and the group. You've wasted a lot of my time and money, and I've been inconvenienced heavily. So has my mom, and she was in a long-term care facility, and I intend to broadcast it on every news channel across the globe because what's happened to me is not okay. Then there's also defamation of character with law enforcement, and I've also requested that information as it's my legal right. You want to conduct yourself like this? You want to pretend and hide? It's not happening. But anyway, she said she was confused by the emails. There's just evidence that I've emailed the King's Court bench several times. No auto replies are coming back. This person feels at liberty to use my resources when they want to, also to do erogenous zones, which is rape. That's what it is. It's not funny. And then to constantly antagonize my mom when she was alive, and then antagonize me with her communication as they antagonized her, shocked her, and abused her. So be aware that you're not going anywhere. And if you're going to try and take the rap for your girlfriend, which is what I'm hearing, or someone's trying to take the rap for somebody else, it's not going to happen.
You can tell me what is going on, and I can try to connect you to the right resource. And I don't know if you know what my role is. I don't. So I'm an internal resource to the corporation, to the city of Calgary.
Okay.
So yeah, so I wouldn't be, for example, you're a social worker to work with you consistently, but I could connect you to the people that hopefully can, Shannon.
Yes, please.
Okay. So you tell me what's going on, and I can see how I can help.
So can you tell me what's confusing to you about the emails?
They're
what you looked at and what you reviewed. It's pretty. So I just want to because I am having problems with email submission, And I've had to start documenting and recording communication because of defamation of character. But what I've sent to you, what have you received?
I've got a bunch here. So one talks about you being cyberbullied and stalked. Then there talks about one about your vehicle. So I don't know what the main issue is and what you want help with. Like, to me, when I'm reading these, they sound a lot like police and safety issues, and that's why I want to hear from you what's going on for you, what you're looking for, and then that way I can connect you.
Correct. And then also, so the emails I sent to you should also show, if you looked at the emails that I have submitted, submissions to King's Court Bench, several different avenues on their website. And what you should see is that there is no responses coming back. So these people have said that they are filtering through my emails, causing problems to make me financially destitute. They're also bragging about abuse to myself. And there was a Calgary girl that was missing. She was found dead 2 months ago. She was renting next door. She did have a cognitive impairment problem. I don't. And so there's a lot of abuse and defamation of character and cyberbullying and cyberstalking. But the emails themselves should show quite a bit of evidence, and I have a lot more that I have emailed several entities, and nothing's come back, not even an auto reply, nothing. I don't know where they're going, but it's gone on for an extensively long time. It's a real extensive period of time.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure that, that I work for the city of Calgary, Shannon, so if something is a federal matter, then you would have to call your member of parliament.
Can you,
right?
So the King's Court Bench, so can you help at all facilitate what I think needs to happen? I do have former friends that are connected to law enforcement and government officials, and that by no means makes them above government law. I think ACERT needs to be involved, and you can see that usually the King's Court Bench would reply with some kind of response. There's been none. But I'm in a situation, it keeps getting worse and worse, and there's cyberbullying going on right now. And then there's there's kids in the house here, and they've been doing that. They also are using police tactics and technology, so they're shocking me and abusing me. And I was sending these.
So Shannon, when you say shocking, like, do you mean physically shocking you?
I think it's police technology. I don't know. I don't know the reference of what they're using exactly, but they would know what it is. So they use heat sensors technology. I think I have found RCMP on my phone. I filled out a police report in Edmonton, but since I've been in Cal, I'm just getting the runaround. They are using technology, and when they're not doing it, there's no problem. And it's cost me a lot of money, but also my mom was targeted in a long-term care facility, and apparently smartphones and camera usage through smart TVs, which is something that they can do if they break into your phone somehow. Video deletion. I have all the evidence, Serene. I have all of it, and it's in Apple Cloud, also Facebook, all my social media. It's all there. I just need somebody to get it, and it will show who's been on the phone, who may have deleted evidence, and it's all there. It just needs to be looked at, and it hasn't been. The evidence is there.
Okay. So you've gone to Calgary Police, and it sounds like you're not satisfied with their response. Is that correct?
Well, they haven't done anything. Neither did Edmonton Police. And I think it's because of people that are connected to law enforcement, or somebody. And I do have former friends that have parents that are judges, and they're connected with the law courts building, and also with RCMP and EPS. But the fact remains that civil rights, human rights, have been completely violated and stepped on. But the evidence is there. They're in my iCloud. My mom was actually abused considerably, and we were targeted prior. And they are continually affecting my quality of life, my income, and so on. And there's no refuting it because no one's looked at anything. It's there. Warrants are a week or a couple hours. They won't do it. And so I have filed 2 or 3 notices with ample information to King's Court bench. They're not doing anything. The evidence is there.
Okay. So, Shannon, have you called the Calgary Police Commission?
I have, and they're not responding. I can send you some emails if you like. I have CC'd them in every email.
I don't want you to keep wasting your time sending it to me if, like...
what I need, Serene, is I need help to advocate that somebody with law enforcement technology is way... when I went to Alberta Support, so I was paying for internet in my house. Then I was paying at Staples, and then I found out about Alberta Supports because I'm usually very self-sufficient financially. And then I found out after that, Alberta Supports provides internet and computers and so on. And they even said it's a massive security and breach. But and it's not out of the ordinary to hear that an ex-boyfriend that I do have is connected to RCMP or law enforcement and has technology and has called their ex-girlfriend 70 times to make them look bad at their employer and cause problems and so on. So it's not unheard of, and cyberbullying is not unheard of.
So right now, I can hear them laughing and listening to this communication. So mentally unstable, mentally ill. I don't know if this is men or women, but I don't know what's funny about what's happened here. And this is why I'm putting everything on the news. I've also got a recording. So she says she's contacted law enforcement, and I'll play that for you. I ran downstairs with my laptop and recorded the communication. They're recording me, so I'm recording them. But these, and now there's like sexual abuse. So really, really mentally unstable. I'm concerned about who it could be. It could be First Nations people. The one girl that has been targeting me that is not financially stable, not successful, couldn't launch her own life, doesn't have a penny to her name unless she's stolen it. Her family is connected to a First Nations Indian reserve, just not very far from my home. And she was married to somebody from that reserve, and they are on a USB with a bunch of images. So I started taking images of things that kind of while this was going on in 2019 and 2000, like on all Pinterest and everything else, somebody was contacting me continuously. So they've done nothing. The evidence is all on my social media. Apple provides that information, so does Facebook. Facebook can tell you. I was threatened on Facebook on several occasions, but it will tell you if somebody else has been on your social media. And police can use that. They're not doing it. But these losers that are hanging around here on a Friday night and morning, noon, and night, so they're doing this in groups. Could be the nursing home facility that's abused several different seniors and been very neglectful. They haven't done a thing. I'm not putting up with it, and the police can pay me for their, terrible employees that they've hired. Because I am absolutely furious. I received a text message at 5 o'clock, and then law enforcement was here just around 5 o'clock. But, it's the person is mentally unstable to do this to my life, and they're in the bathroom communicating. They're listening to this family in their house talking about what they're talking about. I mean, I hope that they're hung, but I actually would like them to be in a jail cell and, kind of let the people inside the jail that have been imprisoned for, what you've done to their children in the bathroom, what you've done to their moms. I'd like to have that happen. I'd rather, not give them the quick and easy way out, but I would rather have them thrown in a jail cell with people that have gone to jail for defending their children and their mom. Keeping going here.
Not unheard of. It's on every government website. But I need help with it. There is abuse. And so, also for this family, there's a very young family here that's Muslim, but there's like a 6-month-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and I have been calling constantly. They do nothing, and I've reported it and kept documentation of it, but nothing.
So somebody's using technology to do, it's called erogenous. So the only reason why I know that is because it was typed on my iPhone. I don't care who it is. Somebody thinks it's funny. I don't. So it's rape. I don't care if it's a female. I don't care if it's an old woman. Don't touch me. Just don't. I'm pressing criminal charges and they're doing it continuously. And what if it's some ugly old guy or some weird First Nations person? What if it's a 70-year-old man? What if it's a woman that's a lesbian? I'm not a lesbian. Like, I don't think it's funny. And what if it's, and even if it's not, don't touch me. So they do this antagonistic stuff, and it's a massive lawsuit with a lot of jail time. But I'm going to put your parents on the news because you're sick in the head. Definitely. Hopefully you can hear the communication in the background. And I'm hoping when it's like, hopefully when there's an investigation going, they can digitally enhance the sound and so on. And then, he